The Delphi Society welcomes all those who seek knowledge. Work hard and be enterprising. The most shameful type of laziness is laziness in thinking.
A 1,000 years ago?
Have you finished cleaning?
Master Yuan Chuan, I'm sorry,
I know you meant no harm. Finish your task first.
Yes, Master. Master Yuan Chuan? Master Yuan Chuan.
What is it?
Who's playing against whom here?
That's not something I can tell you just yet, little one. Some secrets are meant to stay hidden. The responsibility of Wei Shi will soon rest upon your shoulders. This study and this board will be yours as well. You've spent years searching for the truth behind this game, haven't you?
You knew all along.
You've always been obsessed with the Go game. How could I not know? Now that the board has been entrusted to you, it is time for you to learn the truth. Like you've probably already guessed, one of the players on this board has always been the Yuan Shen of Wei Shi.
I suspected as much. But who exactly is our opponent? The classic of Go teaches, within each person resides a veiled nature, and it is only when external forces stir them that their true feelings come to light. To understand another's mind, one must observe patiently, letting time unravel all that lies hidden. And yet, no matter how much I analyze the moves, I can never quite figure out what my opponent is thinking when they place their pieces. The classic of Go further teaches, novices cling to the edges, veterans secure the corners, and masters command the center. But their style is unpredictable. At times they expand boldly, setting the stage for a grand encirclement. Other times, they cut off their opponent's paths with fierce precision, fighting for a tactical advantage. And sometimes they simply defend a small corner, biding time and securing just enough territory to survive. Master, no matter how hard I try, I can't grasp the nature of my opponent.
Of course you can't. You're still too young. If you were a book, you'd be just a few pages. Your opponent, however, is a tome as vast as history itself. Most game records you've seen are usually settled in hours or days. But a lifetime? That's long enough to change a person in ways no one can predict. Don't dwell on it. When the time comes, everything will make sense. Just remember, your opponent across that board isn't just any rival. He's a guest of honor. You haven't met him yet. But if he comes during your lifetime, you must give everything you've got to defeat him. That's the only way Wei Shi will show him the respect he truly deserves.
I understand, Master.
One more thing. There's an unspoken rule. You can never place more than 5 stones during the game. That's why this game has lasted for centuries, never really coming to an end. And that's also why our guest keeps returning, anticipating his next visit.
How often does he come?
How often? Good question. To him, though, it probably never feels like much time passes between each visit. But for us, it's all a matter of luck. Some Yuan-Chens were lucky enough to meet him twice, maybe even 3 times. Others lived and died without ever seeing him. You've got access to the records now. If you're interested, feel free to study them yourself.
One last question, Master.
Go on.
How strong is he? When you faced him, how confident were you?
Let me put it this way. You could spend a lifetime trying to figure out how to place your 5 stones. If you ever get the chance to face him, make sure you play a game worthy of the moment.
It is my turn to play, Emperor. This story, as lengthy as it is, must end here for now. Looks like the sealing of the Dragon Pillar is almost done.
Master Yuan-Chen, the Dragon Pillar has been completely sealed, and the dam by Tianqi Lake has been repaired.
Looks like the cerulean waters have been fully contained. We greatly appreciate your help, Head Librarian. We never would have been able to seal the pillar so easily without you and Miss Zero. Head Librarian, there is something I would like you to personally retrieve for us. It's something deeply connected to the source of all this. To Jisya. Find it, and all your doubts will be put to rest. It's the lost Imperial Seal of the first Emperor. You could say it's the national treasure of Tien. But like most things from the first Emperor's time, it just vanished into history. However, from what we've gathered from Weishu, I believe it's not lost to the world. It still exists, hidden somewhere in the Imperial Palace of Qingyu City, tucked away in its countless towers and halls. Trust me on this. It's the final piece of the puzzle. It's the key to the truth. Instead of listening to me ramble on, why not go see for yourself? Thank you, Head Librarian. I'll be here, waiting for your good news.
That old geezer! He didn't give us a single useful lead. This place is huge. Where the heck are we supposed to even start? I get it if they talk in riddles with Maons, but come on! We're part of Weishu. Why do our own people have to be so mysterious too?
If Master Yuan Chuan refuses to speak of it, he must have his reasons.
His reasons? Every day it's the same nonsense. Someone's always got some reason. I'm about to lose it with all these reasons. If he already knows the answer, why didn't he just tell us? Why do we have to solve some stupid puzzle? I haven't even finished my basic education.
Join this tongue-set disciple for a special insider's tour of the Qingyu Imperial Palace. Get a sneak peek at the restricted areas of the Imperial Palace that are off-limits to the public.
If you don't mind your account getting banned, go ahead and post that. Head Librarian, Master Yuan Chuan has asked me to assist you. If there's anything I can do, just say the word. Didn't expect you'd actually need my help. Guess I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Where should we start?
If it were up to me, I'd start with the Kangjiang Pavilion.
Konjiang Pavilion?
Over there, do you see it? That tall tower-like structure. It's said that Jisha built it to honor the meritorious officials of his time, and their portraits still hang inside as a testament to their legacy. The tradition carried on with every emperor after that. For nobles and high-ranking officials, getting their portrait in Kangjiang Pavilion was the ultimate honor. The Imperial Seal is a symbol of power, something the first emperor always kept with him. If we're looking for it, the best place to start is with the people closest to him, his inner circle in the Xia dynasty.
That makes sense. Let's get moving.
Fluttering wings. Fluttering wings. Fluttering wings.
The cerulean crystals are basically mineral deposits from condensed water and mist. The fresh ones have a brighter color and are less compact. But if they're left unhandled for too long, they harden into something extremely difficult to break.
Don't worry. The mist-clearing lamp absorbs high concentrations of cerulean mist and turns it back into liquid. The crystallized cerulean residue gets stored, and the dried air is compressed. Once released, the compressed air is strong enough to shatter the crystals.
Fluttering wings. Full.
We're almost at the Kangjang Pavilion.
It's locked.
When we evacuated the residents, we activated security measures at key historical sites to protect cultural relics. But these security systems are usually managed by the Bureau of Cultural Relics. While we know how to activate them, we have no idea how to turn it off. The original plan was for their staff to take care of it when they got back.
Oh, looks like it's my time to shine.
Let me take a look. Well, I know a thing or two about this kind of lock. I hear something nearby. Clear the area while I'm cracking this.
Ansu. End it all. Forgive all sins. The fire is burning. The fire is burning.
The tower soars from the Earth's deep core. Its peak dances with heaven's evermore. To ascend is to transcend mortal lore. Its spiral stairs in void explore. Over the sacred land, its grandeur stands, as if by ethereal shaping hands. Four corners eclipse the sun's bright bands, tier upon tier to heaven's strands. This is a poem from a previous era, commemorating the Kangjang Pavilion. Let's head inside. I have a feeling we'll find what we're looking for. The pavilion has multiple floors with a complex layout, and it's not usually open to the public. Artifacts related to the first emperor are stored on the top floor. That's where we're headed.
Full. Fluttering wings.
Wait a sec. This hexagonal sensor seems a bit off. Let me take a closer look. There's a mechanism inside the base of the sensor. It looks like a master switch. If I clear out this frost mist, it should start working again.
Huh? What's this? A lever?
I didn't think the mist would be...
The fire is burning. Fluttering wings. Right, more crystals in the way. Fluttering wings. Let the heart sing. Fire is burning. State, I'm fine. From the flames. In the name of Florence.
I get it now. The lever triggers the mechanisms on both sides. We need to keep the right side stairs stationary while rotating the door on the left. So, we gotta find a way to stop the mechanism on the right from moving.
There's a hexagonal sensor next to the mechanism on the right, Miss Ming.
What's written on these pedestals? Sung never told me how to read this script.
It's an ancient form of Tian's writing, so it's normal not to recognize it. This figure is Li Jun, believed to be the ancestor of the Tianli clan. He was a close confidant of Zixia, and even ruled in his stead at one point. This one is Zhang Luo, Tian's first scribe. He accompanied the first emperor for years, and laid the foundation for Tian's historical records, which is why some call him the Sage of History.
Is he holding something? Is that a giant seal?
That's the legendary imperial seal Zhang Luo carved for Zixia himself. The artisans of that era even carved a replica of it into his statue.
Ming, look at this. These must be their birth and death dates. But something's off. The birth dates are all faded from age, but the death dates? These engravings are new. And they all share the same year of death. This year. But why?
Last time I was here, it wasn't like this. As a mark of respect, the statue of the honored figures in Kangjong Pavilion only have their birth years engraved, symbolizing their lasting legacy and remembrance. Someone was here before us. They changed the inscriptions and added the death dates.
You think they left this as a clue for us?
Li Jun and Zhang Luo's pedestals haven't been altered.
So, it's just the statues of the officials that got altered.
Most of these figures were Zixia's blood relatives. The first royal lineage of Qian.
Wait, it's not just them. Even Xixia's statue now has a death year. And it's this year?
Who hates the Ji clan so much that they deface these statues like this? It's not like Jixia came back to do it himself, right?
This is puzzling. We should document this and report it to Master Yuan Shuan. He might have some insights.
Right now, finding the seal is our top priority. Everything else can wait.
Looks like there's nothing useful left here. Let's head to Wencheng Pavilion.
Wencheng Pavilion?
It's another ancient structure from Xixia's era, housing a collection of historical records and texts. We might find something useful there.
My face isn't really suited to being carved in stone.
Not really, Your Majesty.
Sanglo, what does the Tianli clan say about moving Li Jun's statue into Kangjiang Pavilion? Go ahead and speak.
They've been cursing you non-stop. They call you a treacherous mongrel, the greatest hypocrite under heaven. They say you killed Li Jun, yet you pretend to be honoring his memory.
What do you think, Sanglo? Do you think I should be held accountable?
History will judge in time. It's not my place to say.
So, you trust history's judgment over your emperors? Masterminds of strategy, architects of empire, scholars of unparalleled wisdom, paragons of virtue. That's how they describe themselves, right?
When the royal family gathered to build the Kangjiang Pavilion, they set criteria to decide who would be honored here. Only those with unmatched strategy, political acumen, boundless knowledge, or exemplary virtue were chosen, and of course, above all, those who possessed immortality. Only Li Jun and I are exceptions.
Li Jun ruled as a regent for a decade, and you stood by my side from the moment we began our campaign. They could never erase your legacies even if they wanted to. But this is not the future I once envisioned.
When will this cursed sun burn out and die, so I may join its end and cease to cry?
What did you say?
It's a song that has recently found its way into the mouths of the common folk, those who were never granted immortality. It means, when will this cursed sun finally die? We'd gladly perish along with you.
The sun. They mean me, don't they?
And your immortal kin.
Sanglo, how did things come to this?
After you left, the waters of Tianzhi Lake turned green on several occasions. The sick within the royal family drank from it, and their conditions ceased to worsen. Some who were on the brink of death even rose from their beds, walking and working. The waters of Tianzhi Lake granted them immortality, and the entire royal family consumed it. Then they completely sealed off the bridge you built by the lake, turning it into a dam, cutting off the water from flowing to the lands below. And so the divide was born. Immortals above, mortals below. From that moment on, the royal family no longer saw the people as kin, or even subjects. They saw them as tools to be exploited and discarded. Li Jun tried to stop it, but you know him well. He was a blade, not a needle. Ruling a nation requires patience, careful thought, and well-laid plans before action. His nature made him an easy target for the royal family. After all, they never truly accepted him as regent, not when he wasn't of royal blood.
That's enough. No need to say more.
I can't leave a detailed record of this matter. I hope Your Majesty understands.
It's fine. Like you said, history will judge in time.
I've come to bid you farewell.
Farewell?
Yes. Seeing you again just proves it. The waters of Tianshi Lake really are the source of immortality. It's been 10 years. You haven't changed a bit, but I've gotten all decrepit.
Are you planning to retire to your hometown?
I've followed you for thousands of miles, seen nearly every corner of the world. And now, I wish to return to my roots. Though Mount Tianshi towers high and the Grandeur River stretches long, I wish to be laid to rest in the land of my birth. In the land where the Ji lineage began, people still grow old, get sick, and pass away, instead of living forever.
Very well. You may leave now.
Thank you, Your Majesty. One more thing. Before I go, I must return this to you. As you instructed, during Regent Li Jun's rule, he penned the edicts while I affixed the seal. Now it is time to return it to its rightful owner. Please take good care, Your Majesty.
Shouldn't I be the one telling you that, Sanglo?
No. Soon I won't need to worry about worldly affairs anymore. But you are eternal. No matter how far this dynasty falls, you'll have to witness every moment of its decline. That's the main reason I'm leaving. The history of this dynasty has come to an end. It's no longer worth recording.
Another scribe will take your place. You don't need to worry about the affairs of the court.
I see. Well, then I'll be on my way.
Ruling a nation requires patience, careful thought, and well-laid plans before action. At least time is on my side.